slip on out of here.
Let's take a look at the verses for Lonnie Johnson's Blue Ghost Blues. It's really hard to tell exactly what he's playing here. I have no exact idea, but I think I have an educated guess at it, which is what I'm going to provide here. And he's singing, so he comes out of the introduction like this. And then he's going to go into the verse. Something like that. And so when he's singing, I can't sing, and I certainly can't sing in the key of E. I just hear an alternating bass with the E chord. Plays it really quietly, really lightly, and the vocal, comes out front and takes charge here. He's got a little simple accompaniment going on, and then I hear a quick change to the 4 or the A. Back to the E, and all I'm doing here is making an E or an A chord with my first finger at the 2nd fret, and I'm picking the alternating bass, open 5th, 4th string, and then just trying to pick a little bit of the melody on those other 2 strings, the 2nd and 3rd string. And when it comes back to the E, it's going to go into the slide, and then into an E7. So this part, what I hear is this lick again, then he's going to go here. And what I'm doing here is my first finger is on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, my ring finger is on the 4th fret of the 5th string, pinching and getting the open 2nd string. So I hear this, and then he wraps it up just like he did in the introduction. And then he's going to go to an E7, and that's what I hear the first time around, the first verse. So one more time, let's just play it all the way through. And he goes to the 4 on the vocal, again just playing the A. Back to the E. And this time, instead of playing an E7th, he just plays that open E chord like we did at the end of the introduction. Then he goes to a B7th, the 5. Now we're going to get the first of our single string runs. I can't remember the whole song and each verse, and I'm not going to tab the whole thing out for you. What I'm going to do is show you the licks kind of in isolation and the ideas, and then you can listen to the original and put it all together the way you want to. So anyway, that single string lick, this is another idea. So he does these fills. Sometimes he does, and then other times he's going to play these single string runs. Most of them are very similar to each other. This one here that I played, and what I'm doing is bending up on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string to kick into it, and I'm just following the E. 3rd, 2nd, open, 1st on the 3rd string, and then the 2nd fret of the 4th string. So we get this. Something like this. Or sometimes he'll go. He does a lot of variations with that same lick. Sometimes he'll go. So you have to listen to the song carefully to hear all these variations. And what I'm going to do on the tab is tab out each variation for you, the ones that I hear. and you can mess around with them and see if you agree with what I have. So for the verses, he'll do these fills in between, his vocal lines. And I know the first verse he does it with all these double stops. Then later he'll sing. Use the single string runs instead of the double stop fills. So again, check those out. And then the song is really simple. He's got the B7, and he stays on the 5. He doesn't go 5, 4, 1. Sometimes he does this little bass walk back into the E, and you'll hear that. Open 4th, 1, 2 on the 4th string. It takes you right into an E chord. And that's something you'll hear in the song too. And I think there's one time where he even starts it from the 2nd fret of the 5th string and then into that E7. You'll hear that. Now some variations in those fill licks. That's what I'm going to work on here. All the verses are pretty much the same. There's one where he starts it out with kind of a different lick, and we'll get to that in a minute. But the variations on the single string runs, there's a couple places where it sounds to me like he's sliding, whoops, into that lick, and then going to a single string run. So we got, you listen and see what you think, and I'll tab that one out for you too. And there's another place where I think he goes to this one. So a lot of variation with the same basic idea. So if you break it down, he's got this little scale over the E, and then he's got those two little double stops, and then he's got the A chord and the B7th chord, and that's really throughout the whole song. That's what he's going to use. And again, I'll tab out the specific licks, and you can go verse by verse and see how he does it each time. Now the variation in the verse, I think it's the verse where he's talking about they have machine guns, and the ghosts have machine guns and pistols standing all outside my door, and he starts that verse, I think, and I'm listening to this and it's really hard to hear, but I think he does something like this. Actually he does this. So he does I hear that E7th. It's a D7 shaped E7. Check I've got the chords charted out for you. First finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. And he's got his open E. I can't tell if he's doing an alternating bass. I don't think so. I think it'd just be a monotonic or even no bass at all. And then right here, I hear an open 4th string, 1, 2. And then an E. And then a climb back into the E from the 2nd fret of the 5th string. And then the E7. And that's a slight variation. So he starts out the verse. Into the A. I got the timing wrong on that, so it goes to the A. Then our B. And so on. So that is really, the verses. You're going to combine the chords, the E, the A, and the B7th, and then in between the vocal verses, you're going to have these double stops, fills combined with these single string runs. One more I forgot about. I think there's one where he goes to this. So instead of sliding here, he's just going to do this lick, which is really an A. You can make an A chord like this. So he's just doing the double stop, pinching the third string and the fifth string, and then. And if you listen again, when he does these single string runs, sometimes he plays them faster. You know, he uses different patterns and picks differently. You just got to listen.